One of the most important parts about learning ancient Greek is understanding the accent placement. So there are lots of long written explanations, but I found the simplest way was to have it shown to me. So I'm going to use the word ho anthropos for my example. Now you have to remember that an accent can only exist on one of the last three syllables, but it can't exist on the third to last syllable if the last vowel is long. So I've listed all of the long vowels here that you will see at the end of words, and this basically kicks the accent off of the third to last syllable if one's there. All of words have persistent accents, so it exists there in its standard form. So let's look at ho philosophos as a second example. You can see that with the long vowel, it jumps forward one syllable towards the end of the word. That's the basics of the accenting. One example where it's on the second to last syllable already is toterion, which, when we add a long vowel, doesn't change anything. One of the most important parts about learning ancient Greek is understanding accent placement and how to do it. There are lots of long written explanations, but I found the simplest way was to have it shown to me. So here's one example using the word ho anthropos, which means man. In the genitive, it turns to tu anthropou. Why does it do that? Well, when a word in Greek has a long vowel on the end, an accent cannot exist on the third to last syllable. Here's a list of all of the long vowels that you might find at the ends of words, which will basically kick that accent off of the third to last syllable to the second to last syllable. Let's take one more example. Ho philosophos. In the genitive, turns to ho philosophou. And that's the basics of how to form the correct accent in ancient Greek. I almost forgot when it is already on the second to last syllable, as in the example of toterion, nothing will change. I hope this helps.